Hello, hello guys. Patty P is back. We're going to go over 5.2 extra practice B. Happy Wednesday. Tomorrow is our last day of this week. So hang in there, guys. Number 9. Okay. This was the back of the worksheet. Again, a lot of you are doing a great job. Some of you are making some mistakes. Some of you are kind of fading out at the end. So make sure you are showing your steps. You've got 1 plus secant squared, 1 minus sine squared equals 2. 1 minus sine squared, guys, is a Pythagorean identity. That's cosine squared. This is 1 over cosine squared. And guys, I know some of you see stuff, but I still want to see your work. That's a 1. Because you know you're supposed to get 2. And some of you will just write 2 and be done. Your work needs to show me where you're getting to that. Okay? That was number 9. All right? Number 10. Number 10. Let's see what we got here. 1 over cosine minus cosine equals tan x sine x. So again, guys, you've got a subtraction on the left, a multiply on the right. Okay, so I'm going to put this over 1. I'm going to get a common denominator. This one already has cosine. So I need to make that one have cosine. So I need to times the top and the bottom by that. So this is still a 1. This is cosine squared. Smush it together. What is 1 minus cosine squared? Sine squared over cosine. Okay. Now, we're close. So technically, if you wrote this sine twice, okay, and then you split it up, what is sine over cosine? Tangent. And then you end up with tangent times sine, which is what we had there. Okay. Number 11 is all multiplication. So a lot of times those are a little bit quicker. Again, I still want to see your chicken scratch. We've got cosine, cosecant, tangent equals 1. Again, we're going to switch to cosines and sines. Okay? Remember, cotangent starts with the cosine on top. That's how I remember that. And then you see all these things. Can cancel the cosines, can cancel the sines. 1 equals 1. Okay? Let's look at number 12. Hopefully, guys, we're getting better. Getting better. Number 12. Secant x times cosine x minus sine squared x equals cosine squared x. So this is multiplication right here. So that's 1 over cosine times cosine over 1. So we can cancel those out. And what's left, guys? Not 0. Some of you keep doing that. Don't do that. Everything cancels, but you're left with a 1. So you're left with 1 minus sine squared, which is cosine squared. Okay, that was number 12. Yeah, 2 more. Again, I have posted this as an answer key, but I also wanted to be explaining the steps. 13, sine squared y plus cotangent squared y times sine squared y. I don't know why I'm putting the y on that one. I haven't put it on any of the other ones. All right. There are several different ways of doing this, guys, and I'll actually show both, okay? Because some of you will see it more than others. Let's do the hard way first. This has a sine squared, and that has a sine, this group has a sine squared. So I'm going to factor that out. If you factor out this sine squared, you're left with 1 plus cotangent squared. Okay, that is a trig identity. Sine squared times cosecant squared. So that, look at your sheet if you need to. Sine squared and then 1 over sine squared, 1. Again, please show your steps, guys. I know you're not here to be like, well, I did that in my head, because half of you would say that, and you know who you are. But show your steps, okay? I know where you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get a 1, but your work needs to go there. Now, let's do what I've said before. Turn everything into sines and cosines, and let's see what goes from there. Let's do this. So sine squared over 1 plus, this is cosine squared over sine squared, times sine squared over 1. Again, the multiply you got to look at. You can finagle with that. You don't need common denominators to multiply. You just need to look to cancel. These cancel. And what's sine squared plus cosine squared? 1. We either had one like this on the front or the other day or something similar. It all runs together. I think I showed you both ways on that too. Yes, guys, I'm going stir crazy just like you. As I've mentioned, I love not setting an alarm, but I miss you guys. But we got to get through it. We're going to stick together. And we will see each other soon. Last one. Sine of theta plus cosine squared over sine equals cosecant. Okay? Now, guys, I do realize that a lot of you are like, well, when I watch her do it, I understand it. I see what's happening. And then when you guys have to do it on your own, you're like, ugh, I don't know what to do. Okay? It's just a puzzle. You got to take a second, look at it, think about it. Look how we have a bunch of crap here, and we need to get one thing. So we have to smush. If it's a plus, what has to be true to put this together? They have to have what? Yes, a common denominator. This is going to be the common denominator, sine. So if you change this one to sine, that one already has it. That means you multiply that by sine. Whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. Again, some of you can do that step in your head, but I want to see you getting the common denominator. And then up top, what's sine squared plus cosine squared? 1. Oh, my purple's dying. 1 over sine is the same as cosecant. Okay? Now, for today, guys, you do not have any homework. Okay? Your homework is to study. Okay? So hopefully you understand all these questions. If you have any questions, you need to ask me. I'm going to send you some type of quiz tomorrow. But just study, look over past problems, and be ready to show me what you got tomorrow. Okay? Have a great day. Bye.